Down for a little mooch around for half hour, 45 minutes, just to see if I can see anything. It's a different sort of time of the day. It's about an hour or so before the gates close, obviously for any anglers that are on, which I don't believe any are, apart from one pike angler that I've sort of seen walking around. But yeah, just like I say, going to come down, give it a little recce, keep my eyes peeled, see if I can see anything, put me in good stead for tomorrow. It's going to be another fresh one tomorrow, I believe. Sort of sunny and cloudy throughout the day, bit of similar conditions really to last week's session. But like I say, I've got Friday and I've got Sunday at my disposal this week, so you never know, something might happen, but then again it might not. But it's rather than, it's better than being sat indoors, put it that way. Seen anything, but if anything, it has whetted my appetite for Friday and Sunday. Being cooped up the last sort of day and a half with that really strong wind and rain and snow and God knows what this morning. Yeah, certainly got the juices flowing for, like I say, Friday and Sunday this week. So managed to find a peg on my way round. It's straight and in pretty good nick, so that'll be going in the brolly bag when I get home. Can never have enough pegs. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Catch up with you tomorrow when I'm actually out in session. Good morning. Friday morning, and we are out on the bank. It's a little before 9 AM, and yeah, obviously, as you know, we're not allowed to start fishing until sort of 9 o'clock through till 3 o'clock. But just watching this beautiful sun start to raise over behind me there, and as you can see, we've had a bit of a frost last night. Had to scrape the car this morning. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a chilly one to start with, but it is looking beautiful. I do like coming out this time of year, even though, like, chances of a bite are pretty much slim to none. But it is beautiful just to come out, and walk amongst the crunchy grass, and just see nature at its finest at what can be quite a bleak time of year. But like I say, I'm out, I'm doing it. I've got 6 hours fishing ahead of me. I'm going to try my best to try and stick one on the mat. But if it doesn't happen today, we can see what Sunday throws at us. But like I say, I'm glad to be out. So I'm just going to have a little mooch around, have a little walk around, see what's happening. As far as I'm aware, no one else is here yet. But then, there might be one or two cars just hidden out of sight. So I'm going to go have a little look. And yeah, we can commence the day's fishing. That is the rods out. It's about 9:30. Had a good chat with Dan upon arrival. Give me a few pointers and bits and pieces, which is always helpful, to take as much as you can from local knowledge, especially when it is the people's whose lake they are. So you'd be pretty silly not to take on that knowledge and that information and put it into your own fishing. So that's exactly what I've done to start with. As you can expect, it's really fresh, but if the rods aren't in the water, then you ain't going to catch them sat at home. So I've got about 5.5 hours of my day left. They're both fishing in close, so in the margins. Found a couple of really nice areas. Like I say, after a few pointers, the car is like a couple of swims down, just so it's out of the way. And I'm just going to obviously keep myself back away from the rods, because I'm fishing in, like I say, in close. Don't want any disturbance. The volume's up on the alarms, the net's there, rods and net, nothing cluttered around the swim. Easy access. And if I'm lucky enough to get a bite, I can get straight on it, and like I say, without tripping over 101 different bits and pieces. So I've kept everything back out of the way, any disturbance out of the way. Situation wise with other anglers, I believe there's a couple of people on the sort of spit. What they're doing I'm not too sure, but they looked quite lightweight, so again maybe sort of for the perch or the pike. And I've got one gent who's just turned up to my left who's going to chuck one rod out for the carp and one rod out for the pike. So all in all, a really quiet day, which is to be expected. You know, it's fresh, it's frost, it's a Friday, it's winter. Yeah, and like I say, if I need to move, then I've got pick of the lake. So it's just coming up to midday, and I said to myself, if nothing really happened sort of through the course of the morning, I'd probably either one, redo the rod if I've seen anything, or two, make a little move. But luckily for me, I've seen a fish about half an hour or so ago, whilst I've just been sort of chatting to the bailiff who's come round, checked me ticket and whatnot. It's yeah, I've seen one stick his head out, which was a bit beyond what I would call my left-hander, which really isn't out too far further than my right-hander, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, it's probably a good 2 or 3 rod lengths off the back of it. So I think what I'm going to do is have that one in fresh solid bag and just flick it out a little bit further to where I see that fish show. You know, I give it a good sort of whole half an hour, 45 minutes to see if anything materialised, and if it was sort of, you know, if there were a few fish down there, if they'd make their way in and find those bag contents. But like I say, they have been out for the best part of sort of 3 hours now. So, made an absolute schoolboy error. Forgot the lucky horseshoe. As you would see, I haven't actually got the pod with me. I've scaled right down again this week, taken the pod off. I've got the alarms and the butt rest on a couple of shorter sticks, and yeah, again, just minimal stuff that I have to carry. But yeah, absolute schoolboy error. No wonder I haven't caught yet. I ain't got the horseshoe on there, so let's get down there without slipping down the bank and just get him placed up nicely in there. Oh, look at that, perfect fit. That leans up nicely against those buzz bars and backrests. So yeah, come on the horseshoe. So redoing that left-hander, just tucking it out, that sort of extra two rod lengths has paid off. And there is one, can't even see that sun's in my eyes, but there's one in the net. Really nice mirror, really jolty take. Thought it was going to be a bream, to be quite honest. But it's rattled off. Oh, I am so happy. Let's get it out on the mat and have a little look. Look at him, what a lush looking fish. Browns and oranges. Gave me a great little scrap underneath the rod tip in those deep margins. He's given me just as good of a scrap on the mat as well. Pretty little fish, and I am absolutely made up. I was just on the phone to my friend Matt, just having a bit of a catch up and a chit chat, and yeah, received a few beeps going up, a few beeps coming back down. Thought it was going to be a bream, and this little one pops up from the depths. But look at that, what a mega start. Second session in, and we've got one. Not quite a 30-pounder that I'm after, but you know what, when they look like this, I am not going to be turning up my nose. It's stunning little stockies like this. Look at the tail on it for its size. But I'm going to get some pictures and we'll slip it back to fight another day. Absolutely buzzing with that. The victory flags are hung out to dry, give them a bit of a drip dry. Didn't realise the time, the afternoon is rapidly drawing to a close, so I've decided to just leave this rod in for now. I'm not going to bother getting that one out. Like I say, I did have a few beeps on the one that's remaining out even, can't speak now. But yeah, I had a few bleeps on that one earlier, so I'm just going to leave that one put, get sort of everything up together, and yeah, get myself off home. But yeah, recasting that solid bag a couple of rod lengths sort of further out to where I see that showing fish earlier has paid dividends. It's resulted in a fish on the mat, which is what it's all about. Just shy of 15 pounds. Solid bag tactics on that sort of new little solid bag mix that I knocked up. Bloodworm pellet, creamino, boilie pellets all crushed down, and that creamino stick mix in there as well, and then what seems to be my ever faithful sea monster pink wafters. It just seems to yeah, when the going gets tough, those sea monster wafters just seriously seem to pull it out of the bag for me, and they've done it again on this session. So it looks like I'll be going in with them again on Sunday. We are due some snow, so yeah, that's going to be interesting to say the least. But I think this is a good place to wrap it up. If nothing happens with this remaining rod, I will catch you in a couple of days and we can go again then. Welcome to winter wonderland. It's been snowing best part of this morning, and yeah, I've only managed to just get the rods out. It's literally midday. I woke up first thing, heavy snow. I've had a good sort of 3 or 4 inches of heavy snow, and yeah, I kind of had it in my head that I wasn't going to be getting out today, but we've been out in the garden, sort of had a bit of a snowball fight, and you know, played in the garden, that sort of thing, and the roads have become a bit clearer. So I've come down for the last few hours of the day, like I say, 12 till 3, and I've got both rods out currently. I couldn't get them out quick enough. Both the rods are out into that area that I had that fish from on Friday, so they're going to stay out now, obviously until 3 o'clock. I had that bite quite late on in the afternoon on Friday, so yeah, they're out, they're going to stay put, and yeah, fingers crossed I managed to nick one. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting to get out, to be honest. I've kind of written the day off, but I've come out for a bit of a walk after we've been out in the garden with the dog and stuff, and thought, you know what, I'm just going to chuck the stuff in the back of the car and get out and do it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, who knows what could happen over the next 3 hours, but like I say, you've got to be in it to win it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So fingers crossed I might be able to catch my first ever snow carp. But still, if anything, like I say, it's nice to be out, especially when I've been sort of written the day off. Rods are still out. They've been out obviously since the minute that I've got here. I couldn't get them out quick enough, and they'll remain out until the very minute that I have to leave. I've not actually seen anything, so you know, it could happen at any time really. I didn't see anything last Sunday. Obviously I saw a show and reacted to it on Friday, but yeah, like I say, it could happen at any minute, so I'm going to keep everything crossed that one of them two absolutely melt off before I have to reel them in and get myself off home. But if it doesn't, thank you for tuning into this week's sort of diary piece update on sort of week 2, where I'm at with this sort of little 10-week mini campaign. Next week we'll go again. Looking at the weather report, it looks like we've got a bit of a milder spell coming in, some rain and stuff like that, so I'll be trying to make the most of it where I can to get back out on the bank once or twice. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Feel free to stick any comments in the below, make sure you subscribe, keep your eyes peeled for sort of future videos as well, and yeah, don't forget to come and say hi on any of my social media channels. So as always, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you next time I am out on the bank.